not as well.
Not yet. That's kind of the original. There we are.
Here we are. Hello everyone. Welcome to another live stream on the TMBean channel. It's Valeria here and Goran. Today, as I said, we have a little live stream. So, if it's your first time here, your first time seeing our faces, welcome. If you'd like to make better coffee at home and be a better home barista, you can start by subscribing to this channel and also pressing the bell button, so that way you get notified every time we upload a video or every time we go live, like today. Today, as you can see, there's something different here, right? So what's happening here is today I'm taking the role of Valeria and Valeria is taking my role. So she'll be making coffee today for the first time live for everyone who's watching. But this is not her first time making an actual coffee at home. Mm-hmm. This is probably your third time.
Third time.
Let's put it that way. So she's just gonna make me and herself a nice cup of coffee and see how we go. While she's doing that, obviously I'll talk some shit.
Oh, there's some already live.
As usual, we have Bernard.
Hello, Bernard.
Hello, Bernard. And Jason is here.
Hi, Jason.
Hello, Jason.
Good morning. Good evening.
Love you guys. Thank you for joining us. So as you can see, yes, Bernard and Jason and whoever else joins us will see Valeria make a coffee. So
all eyes on me.
Valeria can start making a coffee.
Oh my god.
And I'll just talk about what has been going on with us and what have we been up to. Yes. Damien is here as well. Hello, Damien.
Hello, Damien.
So, what was it? 3 days ago? I mean, Valeria started uni basically, right? So she's back at uni. She quit her job and now she's working only part-time in order to have time for uni. Mm-hmm. And that means she's spending much more time at home than usual. So one day I come in from work and I always offer her to make her a coffee as soon as I arrive from work. But then I thought, she's been here all day and usually she makes a cup of coffee on a little Italian cafetiera, right, from Bialetti.
Gotta stay true.
But she has all of this equipment just sitting here doing fuck all, right? And I'm like, why don't you make yourself a cup of coffee when I'm not around here? I think that would have been a much better idea than just waiting for me to make you a cup of coffee. So then what we did is we literally went through a 15-minute crash course. Mm-hmm. And there we go. Now she can make herself a cup of coffee and, you know, as soon as she wakes up before her studies start, because she's doing her studies online, she can enjoy a nice cup of coffee and don't waste her time with that Italian cafetiera.
Okay, right? But let's not disdain the cafetiera. Nothing wrong with
But
it.
if you compare the two, you know, like what would you choose?
Okay, that's okay, way better. But
see how much coffee you have there.
Not enough.
How much do you have?
18.9. There we go.
Cool stuff. Hello, Todd from Annapolis, Maryland. That's in the US. Hello, Todd.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. If it's your first time here, you know what to do. You always... New people are always welcome to join the TMBean family.
Always.
Right? So, other than that, other than Valeria making coffees now, it feels kind of weird to be on the other side.
I know, right?
But It's also pretty good because someone else will make me coffee. Anyway, other from her making coffees, we've also been busy making videos and so on. What was it? Last week we shot 2 videos. One of them was a bean review from a local Melbourne roaster that is doing a very good job. The name is Small Batch. I've actually worked with their coffee before, around 2 years ago. And then on the same day, we shot another video, which was a basic V60 pour-over tutorial, where I just basically made a V60 coffee without diving in too much into the details. That way we kept it simple, kept it short and easy to follow, but also we will actually expand on that topic in the future. Look at Valeria tapping.
Yeah, I hope it's,
Very nice.
I hope it's fine. It seems level. Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I think we'll survive. So anyway, that basic V60 video tutorial, let's put it that way, will be up probably early this next week that's coming. And we will also make more videos regarding pour-over coffee, where we will actually expand on the topic and talk more about the individual steps and what they do and why you should do them, because all of those individual steps ensure consistency and making an excellent cup of coffee each time you make a pour over, if that makes sense. How we going, mate?
Okay, so I've got around 28 grams of yield in 25 seconds.
Cool, that's cool.
Okay.
If you could repeat that again, the second time, that would be great.
Okay.
So, other than that, so we've shot those 2 videos. We have a 3rd video in the processing as well. That one was about the best value for money coffee equipment at home. So basically in that video, what I'm going through is I'm trying to put an argument out there, not a bad argument, just basically trying to put my equipment out there by saying that this is probably the best value for money espresso setup you could have at home. And I'm going through all the individual pieces of equipment that we have here, and talking about the price, what they offer for that price. And I actually I'm not comparing the prices, but I tell the prices both in Australian dollars and in United States dollars. So that way, since we have many people joining us from the United States, they can kind of have a feeling, you know, what's the amount of money we're talking about, basically. So that video is also coming in the next couple of weeks. We'll see how Maddie goes with the editing. Then I also have a very special Italian surprise here, right? So the other day I got not only 1 but 2 of Italy's best, right?
Yes.
So here I have the Italy Classic Roast 100% Arabica blend. So this is roasted by Italy, which is probably one of Italy's most famous coffee companies, right? And then here I have the Lavazza Oro or Lavazza Gold premium 100% Arabica coffee blend as well. So since, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I don't know, a person from the US, so I don't remember their name, commented, why don't I make a video about Italian style roasted coffee, right? These two brands basically, because they're the most popular, and also because they're so easily found in any supermarket. That sounds interesting.
Okay.
So these two blends are readily available in any supermarket, and I don't doubt the fact that there are a lot of people who are actually buying them and enjoying them. So I thought, why don't I buy the two most easily available coffees roasted by the two best known Italian roasters and put them side by side and compare them to a premium specialty coffee blend from one of our favorite coffee roasters here in Australia. Maybe it's going to be from Melbourne, maybe it's going to be from Sydney. I still haven't decided yet, but it doesn't matter. So what we're going to have is a head-to-head between these two, the Italians, and an Australian-made specialty coffee espresso blend. We will be also comparing the prices, because believe it or not, the Lavazza, so the Lavazza Oro, right? This is not Lavazza's best blend out there, right? But it's probably the most easily available. The best blends are usually available in 1 kilo packaging, and not only you're looking at a premium price, but they're also kind of difficult to get, because most of the time they're meant for use in cafes, so in the professional side of the hospitality industry, right? So in cafes, restaurants, and so on. So they're not available in supermarkets or in your local store or wherever. So that's why I got the Oro, which costs $16 for half a kilo, right? So that means it costs $8 for a 250 grams. But the interesting part is the Illy costs $16 for 250 grams, which is a bit more expensive than your average specialty coffee blend that you would get from your local roaster here in Melbourne or in Sydney or wherever in Australia. So that means Illy is pricing their blend as a specialty coffee blend, or at least the cost of it here in a specialty cafe. So that's kind of interesting, because that price point is a bit competitive, you know, like $16 for 250 grams. That's kind of a lot of money for, I don't know what we're gonna get basically, but we'll see that. So anyway, I hope you guys are excited, because I am excited about this thing, because we're gonna compare two of Italy's best with Australia's best, basically. Let's allow Valeria to grind.
Thank you. I'm just gonna announce it.
And hello Hans.
Hello, Hans.
He's saying good idea. I don't know what he's referring to, but if you're referring to the comparison of these two with a specialty coffee, thank you very much.
I'll write up.
Okay.
There's something wrong with the steamer. Okay, we got it. Actually, I'm gonna take off some of it.
Okay, so the coffee is ground. Ooh, that's an interesting name. Toth. Hello, Toth.
Hello. How is it spelled?
T-O with those thingies on top.
Tooth? No.
You
Something
know
like
the
that.
German O with the two.
With the umlaut?
Oh.
The little dots?
12. Is that 2? Hello, Mike. Thank you for joining us. Yes, so we got it, Hans. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, you know, especially with this Ili blend. Like, I really don't understand. I remember even when I lived in Slovenia and I worked there, and I used to drink, you know, your usual coffee. That's because most Slovenians or most Europeans actually drink Lavazza or maybe Ili or Julius Meinl and so on. But anyway, I remember Ili coffee was always very expensive for some reason. But now I realize they're pricing it as specialty coffee, which is outrageous. So I'm really curious to see if it's actually worth it. And if it's not, then I don't understand how people are paying that price for these beans when you could get who knows how much better quality for the same price. But anyway, Jason, the coffee is here. She makes herself a soy coffee, right? So coffee with soy milk, and we usually put the coffee and the milk together and steam it, because that way it makes it creamier and it doesn't curdle as if you would pour it separately.
That's
Now, if anyone who's watching didn't know that, you might want to check out our YouTube video that we have regarding alternative milks in coffee, and how putting the espresso and the alternative milk together in the jug and steaming them together actually creates a coffee drink that has this very, very, very creamy texture, instead of when you're mixing them both separately. Most of the time alternative milk mixed with coffee actually curdles, and the texture is not great, to be honest. As you can see, Valeria is stamping again.
I have a question.
Yes, mate.
Because I wanted to purge a bit of water before doing it, but
look at the temperature. It's
So-
102 degrees.
what
So
does
you're
that
looking
mean?
at, that means it's 102 degrees. So you need to allow it to decrease to
97?
93.
Okay.
And also be careful, because this might be full.
Is
I
it?
don't know if it's full. You check it. So let's see, we have some new comments. We have, Luke is asking what are your favorite coffees. And then Todd is saying that's too cold. You can still make it.
I don't know, it's just gonna wait.
Todd is saying that's two coffee was the best choice before I realized the fresh roast beans. Oh, okay. Yes. Well, a lot of people, you know, including me, did not know that there is a better choice than the usual Italian suspects, right? But yeah, and to answer Luke's question, what are your favorite coffees? That would be a bit difficult to talk about, because, you know, like, my favorite coffee is a coffee that tastes nice. That's what I would say.
Oh yeah.
So I don't really have a favorite, as long as it tastes good, you know, it hits the spot, I can't complain, no matter where it's coming from.
Sounds fair.
You can do that if you like.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we have Jason saying great information, thank you. Thank you, Jason, I really appreciate your feedback. As always, Jason is one of our most loyal followers, both here and on Instagram. We talk very often, and he's a great all-around dude. So thank you again. What else is going on? Other than that, other than these two, we haven't yet shot the video with the Italian suspects. So other than that, we are gonna make a video about the humble French press as well. Lately, I have something popped up on the computer. Just one sec. So lately, I got myself a little French press, right, from Kmart, which is the equal of Big W and so on. One of these very famous home stuff retailers basically. And I have actually never made a coffee with a French press before. Never ever, you know, because I always had the cafetiera, I always had, you know, some sort of other way of making coffee. But then I saw James Hoffman's video on how to make a French press, and I thought, why don't I give it a try? I bought the cheapest French press I could get, which was around 7 or 8 Australian dollars for the smallest size, which says it produces 3 cups of coffee, but it actually does one of these, 1 mug of coffee, right? So I got that one and then watched his video about how to make a French press, or the best way to make a French press, and the results are really good, right? So we're talking about an extreme, clean, nice, juicy, sweet cup of coffee, right? So I was very surprised by the cup quality, basically, by the fact that it can make such a delicious cup of coffee, that we're actually gonna basically showcase James Hoffman's recipe. But since in his video he's not actually talking about why he's doing what he's doing, I might cover those things as well, right? Obviously giving him credit because this is kind of his work, right? And I'm just copying it. So we will give James his credit because obviously he's the man, he's the most popular coffee guy out there. But I kind of noticed some things that he actually didn't explain because he made a very short video. So we're gonna kind of elaborate and actually dive into the reasons why that French press recipe produces such a nice cup of coffee. So we will do that some way in the future. Lately, all I've been doing is just French press coffee because I enjoy it a lot and it's so easy and simple to do. It literally costs $7 to $8, so to be honest, that's kind of cheaper than the AeroPress as well, which was so far the cheapest way to make coffee. So I'm extremely excited for that video as well. Let me see a couple of comments. Jason says we're the best. Thank you, Jason. Lucky Keyboards, probably not his name, said, hi, just got a Gaja Classic Pro and a Specialita a couple of weeks ago. Got it dialed in and tasting good for a double shot, which is fine for a latte, but how do I go about putting a single espresso? Well, that is an interesting question, to be honest. Let me think about it. Taking good for a double shot. Yes, a single espresso, what you're trying to do probably is use that single coffee basket, which I really don't recommend using it because those single shot coffee baskets are really shit. It's very difficult to make a nice cup of coffee with that. That's why all the time I use the double coffee basket, so the one that has the edges that are straight instead of just concaving like this, because that way you're getting a better extraction of the coffee, and also you will not have the problem of grinding very, very, very fine for that single coffee basket, because when you're grinding extremely fine and you are having 9 bars of water pressure on top of the coffee, you usually get channels as well. So I know this is not going to be very helpful to you, but I just wouldn't use the single coffee basket. Just go with the double coffee basket, and if you don't feel like drinking 2 espressos, share it with someone else. You know, that's the easiest way. That's why whenever I make a coffee, I make Valeria a coffee as well. Everyone can win in this situation.
It's a win-win-win.
And Jason is asking, Hans first is saying, you will be the next Hoffman. And, you know, thank you, Hans. I would beg to differ because you know this is a bit like
Far-fetched.
James Hoffman is a world champion barista actually.
Well, with time,
Yes,
I
so
suppose.
we're not in the same league. Let's say he's in the Premier League, you know, in England. I'm probably somewhere in the fourth tier championship. If you guys follow soccer or football, you probably know what I'm talking about. But anyway, thank you, Hans. I really appreciate it. That's a great compliment. You know, that's probably the best compliment someone could give you. And we are trying hard and working hard to be the best version of ourselves so the channel can grow, provide more value for you guys as well, so you can learn how to make better coffee at home. And that's about it. That's all we can do. Everything else is up to the people who are watching us, the people who are enjoying or not enjoying our content, because there is a lot of coffee content out there, and there is a lot of other people who are doing a better job, you know, doing better videos, explaining things better. The video quality is better, you know, because they have better equipment and so on. But I can assure you that we're doing the best with what we have, and that's about it. At the end of the day, you can only do the best you can do, and that's our philosophy here.
Wow.
So we're gonna try Valeria's coffee here.
Oh, please, God, please.
Tastes like coffee.
Okay, that's
Look,
good.
it's not great. It's not terrible. It's pretty good, to be honest. You know, if I was sick, dying on my bed over there and wouldn't be able to make a coffee, and I would ask Valeria to make me a coffee, I would die a happy man.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for some plot twist.
That's a very dark joke, but you know.
Okay.
Anyway, let's continue with the comments. Jason is asking, what brewing method has given you the best expression of flavor notes? And Jason, that is a very, very good question. Most people probably most people tend to gravitate towards espresso for some reason. I'm not sure why. Then as soon as you get into coffee, you kind of tend to go towards the pour over methods, like the V60, right, which is the most popular pour over method. But in my opinion, and this is not only my opinion, but as a matter of fact, coffee professionals in general seem to agree that the best brewing method to get the most out of your coffee, and also the easiest brewing method as well, is actually immersion brewing method, which is the AeroPress and the French press. In a previous video that we made, where we were comparing immersion versus percolation brewing methods, right? That was the Coffee Lingo episode 2 or 3, I'm not sure. I was actually going through all of the individual methods and what they do. So I'm going to repeat it again. Immersion method means you have all of your coffee grounds and all of your brewing water together, saturating the coffee, the ground coffee. So all of the brewing water is in contact with all of the coffee grounds at the same time, and then you just have a brewing time where you decide how long that time of contact between the water and the coffee is gonna be. So anyway, I have found that the French press, for example, or the AeroPress, have really, if done right, they really produce an amazing cup of coffee. The thing is, the pour over method or the V60 can also produce an amazing cup of coffee, but not as easily, which is kind of a point to make to the detriment of the pour over method, because with the immersion brewing, if you follow a couple of simple steps, you can really get the most out of that coffee, something that is not quite possible with the V60, because you not only it gets more complicated, but also there are many variables that you can screw up and ruin the brewing process. So to answer the question, I think that the immersion brewing method can really can be said that it's probably the best way to get the most out of coffee, in my opinion, and in other coffee professionals' opinion as well. So I hope that answers your question. And if you have any questions, guys, you can always comment below about what we've covered so far in these couple of questions that I've answered. And also you can shoot us a message on Instagram at TMBean channel, just in case you want to ask something. So let's continue with the questions. Let me see what we have. So then we have Lucky Keyboards saying that he didn't want to use the single basket, but neither wanted to waste a shot of espresso. But yeah, I understand when it comes to wastage and so on, but look, it's not gonna make a huge difference, to be honest, especially if you share it with someone. And if you're not, then you can just have 2 coffees instead of one and stay extra caffeinated, like put an extra on it so you can be buzzing all day.
Yes.
Right? And thank you again. He's saying that we will grow a lot, and we have actually been growing steadily, to be honest. It was only in mid-December where we got 1,000 subscribers, and now we are already up to almost 2,000. It's around 18 something. So look, it's all thanks to you guys, basically. We just do what we enjoy doing, and I think that translates into something that other people enjoy as well, because it kind of relates, right?
Yeah.
If you see someone doing something that they really enjoy, most of the time people find that attractive because they can see the passion, they can see that this person who's doing whatever they're doing is actually enjoying this a lot, and people tend to gravitate and tend to be attracted towards those types of people. And I can tell you we're extremely grateful for that, because with your support the channel grows, YouTube pays us more money basically. That way we can afford more things to make the channel better. For example, we got a second camera to shoot the close-ups, so now Madeline's job is kind of easier. We got a lapel microphone to make the sound better, so that way the lapel microphone, you'll notice it in the next couple of videos because we just got it. And then what else did we get? Now we can pay.
We got a new lens, I think.
Oh, we got a lens that will make the background blurry, and it will have the videos will start having a more professional look with this lens. It's a bit costly, but at the end of the day, we think that it's going to be worth it because the video quality will probably be much better, and I think it's a lens that allows a higher aperture on the camera, which means more light can go into the camera, creating a blurry background, but very focused on the subject, so on us or whatever we're doing. Unfortunately, we can't use any of that equipment for our live streams. We're still depending on our phone, because the second camera we got does not have a clean HDMI output, which means that if we connected it with an HDMI cable and streamed with it, you would actually, in the video, you would actually see all of those little icons that are present on the screen of the camera, like all the settings and so on, and that's kind of annoying. So until we can afford a better camera, which costs probably around 600 to 700 Australian dollars, we'll just stick to the phone, and then once we can afford it, we'll upgrade it, and then our live streams will look just as good as our usual videos. And that's going to be cool as well, because I can't wait. Because the phone does a good job, but it can always be better. And Lucky Keyboards is then saying, I've watched a lot of your videos and they've been really helpful. So thank you for that as well. Andrea Roca has just joined. Thank you, Andrea, for joining. Quick positive comment. I always refer to your video when I need to double check how to clean and maintain my Gadget Classic.
That's so nice.
That video is one of the OG videos that we did during the lockdown when we were filming with the phone again, and we had the machine over there on the counter just to Valeria's right. Yes, so that was cool. But yes, thank you. You can also check out some of the other videos. You might find them helpful, not only for making espresso coffee, but on coffee in general, because we cover a lot of topics when it comes to coffee that sometimes are not related to the Gadget Classic, but are still useful for improving your skills as a home barista, right? As a homemaker, home coffee maker. And Toth is asking if we're planning to roast coffee at home. Maybe a hand cranked coffee roaster.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm not sure if I've talked, but I really don't like the idea of when people are just starting roasting coffee at home, because first of all, the equipment is quite expensive, to be honest. Second of all, you will never achieve the results that a professional roaster who has roasted a coffee and then you buy it can achieve, right? So I kind of feel it would, without the right equipment and without the right amount of money, you would probably just be wasting your time. Now, I also understand that people, it's kind of a process that you can enjoy, that you can just enjoy the moment and enjoy the craft behind it and not worry too much about the results. But at this stage, I really don't see the point of me entering the home roasting what I call realm, let's put it that way, or the home roasting, covering those types of topics, because it's very expensive, time consuming as well, and the return or the product that you create is actually worse than what you can buy. So I appreciate the idea and the suggestion, but at the moment, we will continue doing what we're doing, and hopefully once we can afford even more expensive pieces of equipment, then we can dive into the roasting department. But it's also very important to note that I have noticed a lot of people dive into the roasting without understanding extraction or making coffee, because they would just pick a skillet, put green beans on it, start roasting them, which is basically pan frying beans, and then yay, we have freshly roasted coffee. That's not how it works, right? So I think that first you really need to be great at making coffee and understanding the process of making coffee, and then you can dive in deeper into the coffee industry, basically. So yeah, that's my opinion. And then we have HTC RK3. So I don't know what the name is. Do you have a problem with your PID installed in my Classic a while ago? It was fine at first, but now it fluctuates and overshoots randomly sometimes.
That's something that you experienced as well.
I would suggest contacting Adrian from what was the website? Shades of Coffee. So Adrian, the owner and the person who is sending you the PID, contact him on the customer support chat, and believe me, he will help you as soon as he can. He's very helpful and he's great with his customer service, basically. So if you are ever having any issues with the PID, just shoot him a message. He responds promptly as soon as he can, and he's always helpful. I haven't had huge issues, but there was this one time when the PID wouldn't turn on. I shoot him a message. Luckily, he was awake at that time and working, so he responded like in 5 minutes, and we resolved the issue straight away. So as I said, if you ever have an issue, just shoot him a message. He will respond straight away. And Okay, so Lucky Keyboards is saying, which camera did we get? Some cameras can be. So I got the Canon EOS M3. Now, as far as I had a look, the only way to get a clean HDMI output on that camera is to install some patch or something like something to do with the software. You need to modify it, and it's actually in German as well. That software is German. So I really couldn't be fucked with it to just, you know, dive in deeper and then maybe possibly, you know, ruin the camera, because I'm not very tech savvy, to be honest. So I'd rather use it as I can use it now, and then later when we get more money, we glitched.
We're glitching.
So later when we get more money, we can just do what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Sony A6100.
Let me see what's going on.
Are we all good on the normal camera?
Yeah.
Okay, then it must be just a YouTube.
Who knows?
We'll just keep on going.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Let's see. So anyway, yeah, we had a little glitch because we have the laptop here reading the comments and also watching ourselves if everything is good with the video. So we had a little glitch, but hopefully now it's fine. So anyway, yes, the Sony is, yeah, the Alpha 6100. That's a bit of a, probably around $1,000 used.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, we're not there yet. Like slowly we will arrive at a point where we can afford better and more expensive equipment. So the overall video quality will become much better. But at the same time, we don't want to rush things too much. We're just gonna take it and do it in a natural way, you know. So as soon as we can. I have had a look at the Alpha series from Sony, and probably we will upgrade the camera as soon as we can to a Sony camera when we get the money. Yeah. And Jason is saying the most important thing is content, and you guys knock it out of the park. So thank you, Jason. You know, we try our best. And look, the best equipment in the world, but if the content, you could have it, right? You could have the best equipment in the world, but if the content is not right, if the people are not enjoying it, it's not going to be the same, right? It's not going to attract a lot of people. At the same time, you could have very good content and very low budget equipment, and that will probably attract more people. So we're just trying to make the quality as enjoyable as possible with what we have. And also I would really like to see the video quality be better, you know, the production be better, but that'll get better when as we progress, as we learn new things, you know, have new ideas and so on. You know, this live stream idea, for example, it was excellent. Like, that's probably the most enjoyable part of the channel that we do for us, because, you know, I enjoy making the other videos as well, but this way, when we actually interact with our followers live on the go, is the most enjoyable part of our channel so far for me, because we answer your questions, we talk a bit, you know, we make a coffee, we drink a coffee and so on, let you know what's going on with the channel as well. That's about it, you know, that's how it's done. Let me see what else is going on. Yes, Jason's saying that he's enjoying his coffee more than ever after learning from us. So, you know, that's the goal. You know, that makes us very happy. We have had a lot of people. Jason was obviously one of those people who reached out to thank us for our work. But not only him. We have had a lot of people sending us messages on Instagram with just wanted to say thank you, basically, because what we're doing is for free, basically. This is a free service. So, you know, when you find something that helps you, for free, you know, you just feel like saying thank you, and that's amazing. You know, we've had a lot of people saying that to us on Instagram, and Damien is asking how many cups a day do we drink. That all depends on the day, but
Yeah.
but
Depends on what we need.
yeah, 3, 4, 5. If I'm at work, it's probably even more.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you have unlimited topping. Right?
Well,
Like,
true.
what do you expect?
True that.
It's like working in a candy store, and you have
And
like
you don't eat candy.
yeah, that doesn't work like that.
True.
But anyway, it's 9:10 now, so we've been here for almost 50 minutes maybe. I think we'll wrap it up. I'll just leave the coffee here. Valeria made us a coffee today, if you haven't noticed. She did a great job. There is room for improvement,
Always.
and we will get there. But look, as I said, the coffee was great. She did a good job. So,
Thank you.
great job, Valeria. And thank you to everyone for joining us today. Enjoyed answering your questions, and just enjoy this live stream overall. As I said, if any of you who joined us today are new and it was your first time seeing our faces, and you would also like to improve as a home barista and make better coffee at home, you can start by subscribing to the channel. Press that bell button so you receive notifications whenever we post a video, whenever we go live. So that way you can join us, ask a couple of questions as well. You know, that's kind of cool. And also, if you really enjoyed this video, you found it useful, or if you enjoy our other videos and you think that they explain a lot of things that are useful to you to improve your coffee at home, you can contribute to our channel and support us by clicking the PayPal link below in the description. You can click and basically just buy us a coffee if you feel like it, you know, if you feel like we've done a good job and we've provided some valuable content to you. So that's all from me and from Valeria. Now we're gonna just go on with our day and see what's going on with the weather. It seems a bit shit here in Melbourne, but we will try to make the best of it and maybe have another coffee as well. So thank you again to everyone for joining, for watching. We really appreciate it. And until next time, stay good, and we'll see you soon. So
Bye-bye.
peace out. Time to press that X button again.
Go for it.
Let me see.
That one's so nice.